at
Oh,
all, to be honest with you.
yes. Yeah, Courtney, you want to start with the first question?
Yeah. Just wanted to know. The first thing is, did you so you played in the NFL for 10 years? How was that experience playing in the NFL for over 10 years?
Um, But you want the good, the bad? No, no, just
A little bit of everything. Why not?
nah, nah. Yeah, just, I mean, to live the life of my dreams, to be doing it. You know what I mean? Being an undrafted guy,
Yeah.
made a name for myself to play in the NFL, and shit. It was a journey. You know, I mean, had success. Enjoyed it, met good people over time, met good and bad people. You know, you just got to see who you was, who was for.
Hmm.
Made some lifetime long relationships, even though the NFL stands for not for long. But I met a lot of some good people that I still have a relationship with.
Yeah.
But playing is mental. You know, playing in the NFL is mental. That's why you see everybody talk about mental health. I mean,
Yeah. Yep.
because it's like the time. It's no different from people that go to war in the army. You know, you train, you such on a routine to do this, do this, do this, and you got to do all of this stuff. When you're done and it's taken away from you, that's all you know for all your life. You know, think about it. I've been playing football since I was 6 years old.
Right.
It's just, just, just crazy. You know, you're programmed.
Yeah. So my question here for you, how many offers did you have coming out of high school, and what made you choose South Carolina?
I had quite a few offers coming out of high school. Had a lot of high school offers, but my grades wasn't where they're supposed to be to a certain extent. So I had to go to JUCO. Went to JUCO for 2 years at Butler County in Kansas. Was All-American, led in sacks, had a bunch of sacks, like 19 or 20, something like that, sacks that season in junior college. Was number 2 lineman in the nation. And when I went to JUCO, I had a bunch of offers from everywhere in the nation, and I decided to go play for South Carolina because of Lou Holtz. You know what I mean? A guy by the name of Dave Roberts was recruiting me, but Lou Holtz, I went and played. Why not? You want to be the best. Why not go play for the best? You know, he was a Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Fame coach. He had just turned South Carolina program around. They had won the bowl game,
Right.
the Outback Bowl, and it was like, why not? It was an up. And when I was on my visit, he was giving a speech at the banquet, and I was just like, yo, I want to come here. Motivated. You know what I mean? Just motivated. That's the biggest thing I learned from Lou Holtz. He motivated you about life. He taught you more about life than anything. Fuck football. He taught you about life. You know what I mean? So that was just the biggest thing. He tried to motivate his guys.
Yeah. So, what was like your most memorable game in college and in the pro?
Well, in the pros, I'll say against the Seattle Seahawks. I had a touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and I had a sack in the game. Only a couple of the guys to do that in the history of the NFL, to do that in the history of the NFL. William Perry and I forgot. It was somebody else, but there's only a couple of us that were able to rush for a touchdown and have a sack.
Wow.
Wow.
Refrigerator Perry. Wow.
That was one of those. It was a good game for me, though.
Oh,
you know, Seattle. That was 2010. 2010 was up in Seattle, the second loudest stadium in the NFL. So, and it was raining.
Yeah. So my next question here, obviously went undrafted, but what was it like? The Dallas Cowboys signing you as an undrafted free agent, and I'm a big Dallas Cowboy fan here, by the way. So I love the big Dallas Cowboys, and so what was it like for them giving you the opportunity to start your career?
It was a blessing. Me and my agents thought about it after the draft, because during the draft I got phone calls from different teams. I may never forget my agent told Chicago, if y'all don't draft him, he's not coming to y'all as a free agent, because Chicago had like a couple of picks in the 6th and 7th round. They kept calling, blah, blah, blah. My agent was like, nah, if y'all don't draft from the 6th, 7th round, he's not gonna probably gonna go nowhere else. So we looked at the best situation.
Right.
And the Cowboys didn't draft nobody at D-line that year, and it had Leroy Glover, Willie Blade, Michael Myers, John Nix, Delroy Stewart. So I was in battle. So it was guys that Bill wanted to get rid of, and shoot, Bill Parcells wanted to get rid of. So my agent was like, "This is the best scenario for you to go to." And I went. Made a name for myself, and it was history after that.
So since you said you played for the Dallas Cowboys, what's your expectations for the Dallas Cowboys this year? They lost their first game in Week 1. So what's your expectation for the Dallas Cowboys this year?
No playoffs. I doubt they make the playoffs.
Come on now.
I love to hear that because I'm an Eagles fan. So hopefully the Eagles can make the playoffs too.
No.
I'm just being honest with you. I mean, because you look at the situation, like you see Houston locked up Deshaun Watson.
Right.
Kansas City, my team,
Patrick
locked up Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
You got Dak playing on a $30 million franchise tag. Why you just didn't go ahead and give the guy his money, man? Give him a long-term deal.
Yeah.
I'll let you know they don't have faith in him, and they're going to go with Andy Dalton.
Oh, cool.
I'm loving this. I love hearing this an Eagles fan. Loving it.
No. Come on, Shaun.
No, I'm just being honest. You got to think about it. They're going to go. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Andy knew what he was doing when he was signing here because he could have went to any other team and competed for a starting job that was a couple of jobs that was up for grabs. But he came here.
Yeah. So obviously you played 2 times with the Chiefs. So what was the experience like playing? What was your first stint like with the Kansas City Chiefs, and then you returned with them in 2012?
My first stint was great. It was great. Had a good year. Signed a 1-year deal with them. I played the deal, and then when free agency came, Scott Pioli, bitch ass, didn't want to pay me, so I left. You know what I mean? And he didn't think I was gonna get what I was gonna get, what I got, and shit, but it was good. I had no hard feelings. We won a conference. We put, went to the playoffs. We lost. Baltimore won the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? They beat us, and that's what we would have won if. That's when Charlie Weiss and Tyler Haley started getting into it because Charlie Weiss was taking a head coaching job at KU actually. So it was just like, it just came out the week of the playoffs, and you know what I mean. He's taking a job, so it was a little riffraff.
Yeah.
That a lot of people didn't even know what was going
on. Right. You played for the Las Vegas Locomotives too in the UFL in 2009. What was that experience like?
Man, that shit was just. I played 2 games. Played in. I played 2 games. That was because I was on the street. It was 2009. I was on the street. I was a free agent. Nobody picked me up. They was like, man, just go play these 2 games, playing the game, and next game they go on the championship. So I was like, all right, cool. And I forgot how much the money was at the time, but I had made some money for shit. I was like, fuck it, going to Vegas, hotel, ticket. I'm not going to Vegas. I'm going to Vegas.
Vegas, yeah, right.
I actually kicked it when I was out there for weeks. I kicked it, won the championship and everything, then kicked it, left. But then a week later, I went back to Cincinnati to the Bengals, and Mike Zimmerman called me. He's like, hey, you ready to play? I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go. So, went back, played, went to the playoffs. We lost Cincinnati. We lost in the playoffs to the Jets that year. So, you know what I mean? But I went back, played 6 games. It was cool. So, I mean, it was a little different because the UFL was trying to be a farm league for the NFL.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's still yet to be a farm like how the NBA has the D-League. The NFL has yet to have a successful league that'll hold up for young, you know what I mean, for young guys to keep developing.
So my next question here for you, obviously you played for the Cardinals, Saints. So explain to me, what was the experience like playing for the Saints, Cardinals, Titans also in the
I mean,
line?
playing for all those teams is, like I said, man, I was a journeyman, but like in 2004, I played for 4 teams. Yeah, I played for the Cardinals. I was only there for 2 weeks.
Right.
That's what Denny Green was just bringing guys in every other week. They're trying to find some chemistry or something. They couldn't ever find that. So it was cool. I played for the Saints for 10 games. Started a couple of games. They cut me because they were mad at Jonathan Sullivan, the first round draft pick. You know what I mean? The dude I had what's the name? I had beat out.
Is it did we lose him or what?
Sure, is he still there?
Yeah, I just wasn't happy until. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear it?
Yep, we can hear you. Yep, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Gordon, yeah.
So you have your foundation. I wanted you to talk about 91 Ways. What's that all about? How that gets started?
That's all about. I started that in 2007 when I was playing for the Cleveland Browns.
Right.
It's about empowerment and enriching kids, youth. I talk about childhood literacy. 1 out of 4 kids, by the time they reach the 3rd grade, they can't read. You know what I mean? So I encourage literacy and childhood hunger. So I go in schools, got a reading corner in a couple of schools, and just read to kids and letting them know the importance of reading. You know what I mean? I do back to school drives, turkey thing I do every year, Christmas stuff I do. You know what I mean? This little stuff, just trying to promote reading, keep promoting reading. I got a couple of reading partners I got deals with, so that's about it. You know what I mean? Just trying to get back to the community. It was a blessing for me to be able to do what I was able to do, and if I had somebody to be able to, come back and give me at least some hope and faith that I can make it too out the hood and do it, it's kind of cool.
And that's good because especially in today's what we're going through right now with with education and school and how everything is going with the in-home learning and things like that. I think that's a good thing that you're doing for the kids and literacy and things like that.
No, most definitely, because now virtual learning is big now.
Right.
You got kids doing virtual learning. It's like taking an online class.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. Yep.
So my next question here, what's it like seeing, as a former NFL player, but seeing these current players taking, especially during this important time with social injustice? What's it like seeing these players taking a stand, making a statement, not only the NFL but other sports, and then coming together as a community to solve this issue?
I mean, I like it. I mean, it should been being done.
Yeah.
I mean, police been killing people every day. I mean, this is nothing new. This is just history repeating itself. At the end of the day, when everybody come together, using sports to come together, now it's calling a spade, right? You can't hide no more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's out there in the open. So now everybody has to see what's really going on. And everybody has a voice. So why not use your platform?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good to see the NFL actually doing this too. And what do you think of Roger Goodell allowing, or at least letting the players kneel and use their platform, even though he, like I say, he might be he's a little late to the party, but he's actually,
to the party, man. But nah, he's me personally, I don't fuck with him, but yeah, he should have listened. Like, he did that a big apology. He should have listened a long time ago. Why wouldn't you? That's just like the CEO of any company. What do? You listen to your employees when things ain't going right, because they don't want to make your function go, make your business go, right? We players, so you should listen to the players sometime. I ain't saying all the time, but you know what I mean. It's like he's two different parts of it. And I think, I'm happy they're doing something now. People bitch and gripe about it, but change only happens when you try to do something. At least we're trying something now, so voices
Right.
but the thing is it going to be constant? You know what I mean? So that's why I like guys like I like guys like Steven Jackson, what he's doing. You know what I mean? He's staying positive, keep going. You know, his people died. George Floyd.
Yep.
Family, so you know what I mean. He still continue to protest and do certain things. It's the right way to do it. It's just I'm just happy everybody's coming out with it. You can't hide no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got phones now to where before you didn't have phones for certain things, so you couldn't see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my next question here. So obviously, how grateful are you that you got to play 10 years in the NFL? And some players, I mean, some people don't get to their goals, but for you, how grateful are you that you got to play 10 years and get the learning experience from different team and learning from your coaching side? But how grateful are you that you got to play 10 years?
I mean, I'm just grateful. I mean, it was a blessing. Most guys, the average is 2.5 to 3 years, so I outlasted everybody from my draft class that came out in 2003, all that. So it was just, you know what I mean, except for guys like Jason Witt, who's still playing.
Yeah, he's played forever.
It was a blessing. I was happy. I lived my dream. Sure, I got a college degree, so you know what I mean. So I got all that. When I retired, I went back and got my bachelor's. Now I'm in school right now. I'm trying to get my master's.
Yeah.
So it's a blessing to play the game.
Right. I had one other question. Which current defensive lineman do you like in the NFL right now?
There's a few I like. I mean, I like my guy that I train, LJ Collar, that plays for Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
That's my draft pick. I like shoot. I like Ken Law.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's quite a few. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there. You know what I mean? Kenny Clark from Green Bay, the nose tackle. I like his game. He's got that big payday too. I like Chris Jones. Chris Jones is a playmaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
So my next question here for you: what's your thoughts on this current Chiefs team? Obviously, they won the Super Bowl last year, and do you think they have do you think they can? There's a chance that they can repeat. And I also I interviewed Damone Harris from the Chiefs on my show. I think a couple months ago, and so did you give him any advice about Kansas City and the Chiefs team?
I think they got a chance to win it again. I mean, Mahomes is playing good. Everything is on the up and up. You know, got the run game going, pass game, defense playing good. Just got to continue. Got a divisional rival this weekend against the Chargers. So I mean, we're good to see how everything goes. But hopefully everything goes well, and I think the Chiefs are ready. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's poison season. They everybody got paid, so you don't got nothing to worry about. Nobody's counting who's making what. Everybody got their money. When you got that, guys just gonna play and continue to got no choice but to win. It's no difference than the Lakers right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the AFC, which team you think is the biggest threat to the Chiefs?
The Ravens.
Mm.
The Ravens, just because of the weapons they have, the speed, their defense is good. That's the only threat I see in the AFC, to be honest with you. But anything can happen, you know.
Have you given any advice to the current Chiefs on the team? And I had Damone Harris on my show too. But have you given any advice to the current Chiefs, like Damone Harris or the other defensive players?
I mean, I talk to Tyrann Mathieu every now and then. You know what I mean? I was talking to Merlin Manning through my Twitter account. My Twitter account got hacked, so but nah, just keep positive. It ain't nothing really you can tell them. I mean, shit, I'm not in the meetings no more. All they can do is just keep playing. You know, face that versus. And there's no advice. It's like you can tell people something, but it's nothing like experience. So you got to experience it all that you can tell before you can, you know what I'm saying?
I got one more question for you. Have you ever thought about maybe working for like NFL Network or getting into the sports media world?
I mean, I do stuff with sports media where I do different stuff. I done been on ESPN, Good Morning Football. I done
Yeah.
done shows. I done done a couple of that shit, but some of that shit is overrated. You know what I mean? You can't be yourself. If you
Right.
can't be yourself, there's no point in me doing. I'm not a fake dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
I keep everything a buck. So I'm gonna tell you how it is, whether you like it or not. So it's just me. So I just don't think.
So now I do this rapid fire segment with all my guests to come on the show. You ready for this?
Yeah,
Kawhi Leonard's laugh or Kevin Hart's laugh?
Kevin Hart,
Favorite food?
chicken.
So outside of the Chiefs, I mean, what was your most memorable game that you played in? Most memorable game outside the Chiefs?
I'm sorry, Chiefs. When I first got my NFL start, when I was playing with the Saints in 2004 against the Rams,
Oh,
I
nice.
got a game ball.
So what are your thoughts on the NBA playoffs so far?
I think it's good. I think the Heat got control. They do what they do. Jimmy Butler's on a mission.
Yeah. Do you think that he can win the finals?
Yeah, I think so.
Who do you have between the Lakers and the Nuggets?
I think the Lakers gonna win. More poised.
On the current Cowboys defense, who do you like on the defensive line right now on the Cowboys?
My guy is Ontario Poe. That's my guy.
Yeah, former Chiefs too.
Yeah. When he was a rookie, I was
there. What was your pregame music heading to a game every in the week?
I used to listen to Jeezy, Meek Mills, Rick Ross.
Oh wow.
Nas, Jay-Z, just a little bit of everything, rap.
What have you considered being like a defensive line coach or no?
I didn't. I coached high school for a little bit. I had got a couple of college job offers, but I just don't want to do that shit, man. I ain't trying to put the time in like
that. Favorite thing to do outside of playing? Obviously, you retired, but what's your favorite thing to do outside of sports, outside of playing football?
My kids, my family, my daughters going to the events.
Right. So what are you looking forward to for week 2 this week, outside of the Chiefs, but from the other teams? What are you most looking forward to in week 2?
I'm just looking for good football, man. That's all I want to continue to watch. Good football. That's it.
Do you see going back to the NBA? Do you see Giannis staying in Milwaukee or going somewhere else?
I think he might stay.
What do you So this is the last. Okay, so the last few things for me here. This is a question I've been bringing up to all my guests pretty much about the late Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna, Mamba mentality, and the rest of the people that were involved in that horrible crash. And do you remember where you were at that day and what did they mean to you?
I can't remember where. I think I was at home, and I couldn't believe it because the people were saying I didn't think it was true. And I went to look at it and started seeing it, and it was true. Which is crazy.
And the last thing here for you, would you like to say anything to all the nurses, doctors, and essential workers?
I have to thank you for being a frontline worker and continue to, keep up the good work and helping our world, our country.
So well said, and there he is, the great Shaun Smith, former NFL defensive lineman. He does great stuff with this foundation, and keep it up, man. Thank you for coming on today's show, and thank you, Courtney, for joining me for today's interview. And I'll be posting this on all social media formats, and but thank you. I'll send you the YouTube link too. I'm gonna post this on YouTube, and I'll send you the link. And you and your family stay safe, and keep up the awesome work.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Have a good one.
Yeah.
You too. Thanks a lot, man.
All right.
All right.